Hello everyone, I'm Karen Adams of Rather Good Limited and I'm here to help you build your Rather Good year next year. So, part 1. Where exactly are we starting from? 2023 is where we're starting from. How was your year in 2023? Do you want to get more of the same awesomeness? Do you want to get rid of all the awfulness and get more awesomeness? That is what we're here to ask and to answer at this point in the Creating Your Awesome 2024 stage in the game. So, 3 principles that you're going to want to bear in mind as you go through the process, and particularly when you look at the last year. The first thing is positivity. Positive emotions. Positivity sometimes gets a bad rap, and fairly, because you don't want to ignore all the bad things in your life. The times when you feel negative emotions, they're there to give you a little alert so you can deal with them, so you can make things happen that will prevent bad things happening in your life. Again, you have to feel them, you have to process them, you have to work with the emotions you get, including the bad ones, or the ones that feel bad at the time. On the other hand, depending on what we're trying to do, positive emotions can be a lot more helpful. Barbara Fredrickson, who's one of the key thinkers in the positive psychology movement, talks about broaden and build. The idea that when we want to come up with new ideas, when we want to create new relationships, have different thoughts, become more than we are at a particular point, positive emotions are the ones we really want to be feeling. The thing with some of these positive emotions is they're not as far away as we think they are. Do you know one positive emotion that's really easy to get to? Interest. We can just be curious about something, interested in something. That is a positive emotion. That's how easy it can be to find out something and to build something useful with it. Just getting curious and being interested. It's also useful if we feel gratitude for things. Personally, I prefer appreciation to gratitude because I find this as an easier, more approachable type emotion. This is actually segueing into my second principle, so we'll allow for the overlap. Appreciation is a 3-part thing. The first part is just noticing what's going on. The second part is celebrating the good things that are going on. And the third part is getting more of them. So, in order to successfully appreciate something, you don't actually have to go the whole hog and be happy about it. You just have to notice that it's happening. So do try and at least level 1 appreciate the good things in your life. Try to notice when good things are happening. Please celebrate them if you can, and often you will feel like celebrating them anyway. But in order to succeed at appreciating something, you don't need to celebrate it, you just need to see it's there. And personally speaking, I think knowing I've got a win there, it makes it easier for me to actually get with it in the first place. Which, done is better than perfect and all that. The third part of appreciation, getting more of something. This is merely the fact, an acknowledgement if you will, that we get more of what we focus on. So if you notice the good things, if you celebrate the good things, you get more of them because you're looking for them. And when you look for things, you notice things, you get more of them in your life. This sounds a little bit wacky and manifestation-y. And, oddly enough, a lot of their principles do stack up in a neuroscience perspective. Richard Wiseman, I'm not actually sure what he studies, but he is a professor, has a book out called The Luck Factor. Basically, people who think they're lucky tend to be luckier because they're looking for opportunities. They notice opportunities. Both the lucky and the unlucky person have the same opportunity, but the lucky person is the one who capitalizes on that opportunity. The unlucky person just says, oh no, that couldn't possibly work for me, and doesn't take advantage of it. And key point, if you don't know, you don't try. So appreciation, notice it, base level, celebrate it, you're doing really well here, and get more of it should happen naturally when you're focusing in the right things. The third thing is the opportunity to change. When we think we can change, it's easier to change. The thing is, change happens anyway. Today will not be the same as yesterday. Tomorrow will not be the same as today. The world changes around us. We change. We get grey hair. We get wrinkles. It's inevitable. We are not the same person we were yesterday. Our bodies renew themselves. This is something that when we come to understand it, we can actually use to our benefit. When we know that this change always happens, we can take advantage of the change that's happening anyway and make it happen for the good of us. We can change what we're doing in directions that we're interested in. We focus, we find a direction, and we move that way. Allow yourself the possibility to change. Don't say, I'm not this sort of person. Say, I'm not that sort of person yet. I wasn't that sort of person as a child. I wasn't that sort of person in the past. Last year, I was not demonstrating how I can be this sort of person. That doesn't mean you can't do that next year. And if you allow for that option, last year I didn't do that. Next year, I can do that. You give yourself the opportunity to actually bring about that change in your life. So they're the 3 principles I want you to bear in mind. And the 3 questions I want you to ask yourself about 2023. They're very, very simple. First question, what went well? Second question, what didn't go so well? Third question, what will you do differently next time? And try to be appreciative of everything that happened last year, the good and the bad, because the bad potentially has lessons you can learn. Those things that you can do differently next time, you wouldn't necessarily know about them if the bad thing hadn't happened to send you an alert that you possibly want to do something different next time. So try and approach it all from an appreciative perspective and just answer those 3 questions. That's all you need to do for part 1. Okay, good luck, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Cheerio.